What a bloody beautiful morning. Oh, g'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. Southland is putting on a stunner, and we're supposed to have about 10 days of this. So, woohoo. Just out here checking these triplets. Bloody noisy truck heading up the road. These girls have got about 10 days left until they get their pre-lamb vaccinations. There's like 9 hectares here of this, so that should keep them going for 6 or 7. And then there's the flat across the river down there that we'll probably have another 5 or 6 on it. They don't need all that. Whatever they leave behind, the hoggets will start on for their rotation, so it's panning out quite nicely. Crops are all possibly a little bit further through than they should be, but we've got grass at the other end to cover that. I don't know about the crops. The turtles are starting to get pretty bloody sick of it, so we might give them another 10-15 days and then flick them on the grass, and yeah, the mixed age ewes can clean up the rest until the 1st, and then whatever's left, the wee hoggets can have, because that's going to work out quite neat. Those 2 crop paddocks are opposite the road, which means that we don't have to worry about running them through sheep that are spread out for lambing. These gloves, guys, these are awesome. When they come off, they can just go on the road and come out here. But anyway, today, talking about hoggets, we found a ram lamb in our hoggets a while back in June. Yes, one of the neighbours. A little Beltex thing, of all things. So we're a little bit concerned about that. We know he was in there for no more than 2 days, and it was a very steep bank that the hoggets were on when he was in there. So he definitely covered a few, but I don't think he's done a heap of damage. But we're going to scan him today to find out, because that just makes me really nervous. We've had that happen before, where we have had the hoggets just not doing very well and struggled to work out what was going on. Was it a drench thing? Was it just not feeding them enough? No, they were in lamb. We found a ram lamb of the neighbours in there years ago, and thought we'd got him out in plenty of time. As it turns out, no, we didn't. They started lambing at the same time as it started flooding out here. In fact, I'm pretty sure that is on a previous video from a long time ago. So anyway, today we're going to scan some hoggets. Hopefully we get a 0% result. I'm not expecting a 0% result, but out of 600 and something, I'm expecting maybe, oh look, I don't want to put a figure on it, less than 50 please. Like 10 or 20 would be a cool wee pet project. 100, 200, 300 would absolutely terrify me. I don't know what we'd do then. I honestly don't know what we'd do. We'd just about have to look at sending the other 300 away to grazing somewhere. Yeah, because when you lamb your hoggets, you got to feed them a lot more, and to feed them a lot more, you need a lot more room, and I don't think we have that room. Yeah, keep your ram hoggets off the boundaries, guys. By the way, guys, I'm now on the 420. It's a better bike than I expected it to be. I don't like it as much as the 500, but my uncle's got it now, sitting up there at his house. That 500 is, it's done well. It's got 29,000 miles on it, which is not huge for us, but it's the first bike that's really done a lot of its life on crop here. We were all grass wintering historically, and the wee 350 that come before it, it spent a lot of its life here on, well, it turned up in 2002. We didn't start winter cropping until 2012, 2013, something like that. Anyway, this one turned up after it started, and it got 2 years before it, sorry, the 500, before it, yeah, went up on Swedes. But anyway, got my box on that, some rifle mounts there just for pest control, which is quite handy. Tried to put the wee screen on it, but it was conflicting with the rifle mounts, and I thought, actually, you know what, it's probably more important. We've got forestry on the boundary now, and there's a lot of hares around. Rabbits are good, not a lot of rabbits, not a lot of possums, but yeah, we want to do a bit of pest control. Also the kids, the deer are starting to show up, so yeah, and no doubt as the trees grow, pigs will probably become a problem too. So the rifle mounts are probably more important. But yeah, it's all set up, I think. Yeah, anyway, hoggets. They're a bit mucky looking because they've been on Swedes and because they're empty. They haven't made too much mess there. They got emptied out in that paddock out there yesterday and then come in about 5 o'clock last night. Yeah, we're a late start for scanning this morning because this won't take very long, and there's a crowd up the road didn't get finished yesterday, so they had about 3 hours this morning or something. Yeah, so like I say, fingers crossed, 0% scanning. Not that optimistic it's going to be that. We did this 2 years ago and we got 0%. We got absolute zero and we were wrapped. But we'll just see what this year brings. Oh well guys, there we go. We had 633 go through, calm down you. And we had, just double checking, 8 in lamb. So I'll work out some percentages on that. Somewhere around 1.25, 1.3. But yeah, there we go. None of them are particularly skinny, which is a good thing. So they're now going to go on grass. They're going to get wintered pretty well. The rest of them are out there. I'm going to take care of them first. First I'm going to have some lunch. Then I'm going to take care of them, get them back on Swedes. I've got to set up a new break for them. Get that done. Come back. These girls can then get that iodine injection. I think that's it. Yep. And then we'll get them out on grass. And for the next while anyway, I think in the last 4 to 6 weeks, you're supposed to sort of trying to ration the feed a wee bit, stop the lamb growing too big inside. The ram lamb was a Baltex, and that scares me because they can have issues. They're very shouldery. We sort of breed our sheep to be quite V-shaped, so sort of lean, you know, lean in the front, fat asses at the back. And the Baltex goes away from that. That's why they haven't really taken off in New Zealand. These are very easy lambing sheep, but they're also hoggets. So they're only going to be a year old when they're lambing, or 13 months. Yeah, so hopefully there's not too many complications there. But yeah, I don't know a lot about lamb and hoggets, so I'll do some research on that and we will find out what to do. And if we do need to break feed them, then maybe I'll split a little 2 hectare paddock up into like 15 squares or something, and they can have some 4-day breaks. We'll see. But anyway, we'll go have some lunch. Well guys, I thought I was going to have trouble getting my hoggets across this creek. It's a tiled creek up there and it's not here, but yeah, they went across there alright. So now we've just got to get them to go that way a bit to where the fence is open and go through the fence up on that hill, because that's where they got to go. This strip along here, I call it a crop buffer. The regional council have finally adopted it as good practice. I don't know if they call it best practice anymore. Good practice. Something we sort of pioneered about 5 years ago was this. You leave your grass buffer. They started talking about like 20, 25, even bigger metre crop buffers. That's a lot of land out of production, and I sort of thought, well, okay, let's strike a bit of happy medium here. Let's say a 5, 8, 10, whatever you think's necessary grass buffer, and then leave a crop buffer that you come back and graze last. Now they've renamed it the last bite strip, and I think that's quite good actually. I think that's sort of what it is. Gives us the ability to graze these sheep uphill. If you were grazing downhill it wouldn't be an issue, but as I've been through many times with sheep on Swedes especially on cultivated ground with heavy crops or big yields. Grazing downhill is not a good idea. It also has this issue where the bulbs roll down the hill and flatten the fence, and then they break out, so that doesn't help either. But anyway, it's a solution. It's been accepted. It's been renamed, I think, quite well. And yeah, that's what this is. So we'll start using their terminology, the last bite strip. I think that's quite good. Anyway, hoggets, they are, I don't even know what you call that, they're muddling. They need to take this very easy because there's no power on that fence, and if they find that out, they'll just flatten it. But they're, I think they're there, no, they're at the last standard. We'll just go around there now. They probably don't want to run onto the dirt, but we're going to make them do so. Wow, would you look at that? They didn't need any interference from me at all. They are going to have taken the tops off that last bite strip there a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. So these girls have got, I don't know whether they were supposed to have 3 or 4 breaks left up there. It's sort of in between. So I made it 4, and I've decided, you know what, if it's 4 3-day breaks, that's fine. If it's 3 4-day breaks, 4 3-day breaks, 3 4-day breaks, 12 days either way. If the 4 breaks go 16 days, hey, awesome. But if they don't, that's still 12 days, and then there'll be, this last bite strip will be split in 2. So we'll get this side, be 4 days, and then the other side, 4 days. So they should have, hopefully, give or take, 20 days left here. That is going to be the 20th, maybe even the 21st, depending on what's left of that strip up there that got muddied up. We'll work on the 20th of August coming off here, and they should get 3 or 4 breaks on another paddock over there. Yeah, should work out alright. Should work out really, really good. And the mob above them have, what have they got left? I think they've got, I don't even know, there's only 1 more fence to go up in there, so there must only be 3 breaks left up there now. So they went in there the day before yesterday, so they should have 14 days left there, all going well, and it looks like they're going to get that. The last break might be a bit big, but it might be a bit light. These things are really well behaved. Can I claim the credit for that? It's quite funny. We've got a few up here that are heading into the new green break. But just up here, can I zoom on this? I don't think I can from memory. Hang on. No zoom. But all these ones up here, you can sort of see it. I don't know, I'm looking at a tiny little screen here, but on the big screen you should see it. There's a strip below the green strip where you can see the last one was, and particularly at the top end, there's some bulbs that have been dirtied up that have cleaned up a fair bit, and they're hoeing into them. There's no fence on that green strip, obviously there is further up, but yeah, they're quite willing to eat those other bulbs, which is quite good because there's like 2 days worth of feed left there, wasted by heavy rain. Yeah, we took them off afterwards. Took that mob off, one other mob, there's one mob stayed on, they actually came through it quite well. But yeah, so maybe that 20 days does become 21 or 22. We'll just see how that goes. Maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of a couple of those breaks because of that bit there. We'll see. Just see what they're looking like, they'll tell us. Oh guys, what a day. That's the yellow looking side of the farm. Check it out over there. Oops, that gate opens the other way. Should remember that, shouldn't I? Righto, we girls, you've had your iodine jab. Probably going to be some of the best looked after sheep in the country, these, because there's only 8 of them. Hey? Yep, 8. Yeah, check it out over there, would you? Green! That's what we want to see. As long as the weather holds out till the end of September, it'll be really, really appreciated. Oh guys, what a morning. What are you doing? What are you doing, girl? Come on, up we get. Ugh, there you go. Why has she got no marks on her? That's weird. That's a two-tooth. These are the triplets, and there are, I don't know, half a dozen triplets in my two-tooths that are in this mob. But she has no marks on her. She must be one that jumped over. I don't know. It's alright. Yeah, still quite a bit of grass out here, guys. Like I say, big mob. This is where we started yesterday. Big mob, oh sorry, big paddock, small mob. And there go the rest of them, all disorientated because of the fog. Lovely. Well, bugger. I thought I had another set of tracks in here, but apparently I don't. Yeah. Gonna measure something here, guys. Distance between these standards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That makes me feel a lot better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, so I've been doing 2 standards, working on 2 standards being about 25 metres, because I thought I did these at 12 paces. Is what it is. These breaks have only been going 3 days instead of 4. For the last couple anyway. I'm sort of scratching my head going, what's going on there? But the funny thing is 9 from 12 is the same as 3 from 4. So we're not actually getting through these crops any faster. Maybe a little bit, not much, than we should be. But anyway. There we go, all set. That is quite close there, but we put that standard back in just to pull it away a bit further. It should, fingers crossed, be okay. But anyway, so those 2 standards there, we'll put there when this fence was put up, because they had broken insulators. So we'll put them up on the way back. Those ones just fell off the back of the bike. That's my fault. Now normally what I do now is I put that fence up across, keep one ahead. You know, you turn up to a paddock, you got to shift them, one fence down, one fence up, keep leapfrogging ahead. But I haven't got my tracks in, so that's okay. Now I've got to decide. These girls are getting a bit sick of the Swedes. They've been on now for 60, we're just going to say 65 days. There's a few days in there they haven't been on there. These are young sheep predominantly. They spent about 75 days on last year as hoggets. None of them were in lamb. Woohoo! Unlike yesterday's ones. Anyway, yeah, they're now in lamb, and they do after a while get a bit fed up. I think I'm going to push these girls to have another 2, 3, maybe 4 breaks. We'll try and get them to the middle of August, and then we've got enough grass out there that I kind of want to eat anyway, to get them through. So what I've got to decide now, if they're getting sick of it, I think they might be better on 3-day breaks. So maybe we just stick to 2 standards, because it's working quite well. Yeah, and go from there. So I'll have a quick count up and see how many breaks they've got left. So we've just been down there for a lot, and I reckon we've got 7 breaks left, plus they're on a fresh one today. So if they have 4 of these next breaks, plus the one they're on being 5, that means there's 3 breaks left here for them. That gets them to the 15th of August, 17th of August actually, because today is the 2nd, 16th, 17th, somewhere around about there, on 3-day breaks. I think I'm happy with that. And then that leaves 3 breaks here, which I'm guessing are going to be for the hoggets, but we're just going to shoot across to this other paddock right there and have a look at them. We're just kind of trying to make a bit of a plan to get through. At the same time, I've got sheep casting now, so I've got to check every mob basically twice a day, because they do cast on Swedes too, and that's kind of horrible. They get caught between 2 bulbs, they can't get back up. But we'll have a count up of what's left over there, decide whether we're going to shift them. I had a look at them before. I don't think we will, but we'll see what the other side looks like and make a call. Yeah, so these girls here are a bit harder to be a judge of. I think I'm going to shift them, but I don't know. I might come back and do it later on this afternoon, and the reason for that is this break over here that they only got 2 days on, which has been muddied up but is dried up. There's a lot of feed left there. You can see them, there's some chips where they've opened them up, but I don't want to push them to eat that all in one go. There's still a bit here, not much. There's not even half a day here, but that and that, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm on edge. I need to probably do a bit of a farm tour on grass too and just see how much feed we've got around the place, because these girls have essentially 11 breaks left. Now they're getting, for the most part, they have been getting 4 days out of their 4-day breaks. So at that, that's 44 days. But just remember that other mob of mixed age ewes, which is a bit bigger than this, they've got to come over here too, start at the other end, and they're going to need probably 15 days here. So all of a sudden that becomes 29 for these, which from today is about bang on the 1st. Now I got no desire to actually get to the 1st of September on crop, but we'll just see what happens. If we got to the 27th, I'd be really, really happy. Yeah, but like I say, we will just play that one by ear. So I think I'll leave these girls. Oh, I don't know. The weather forecast's good. No, bugger it, we're going to shift them. Well guys, I'm glad you got to see that happen. That does happen occasionally when you're pulling the wires through the standards. The wire decides to wrap itself around one standard, comes flying out of one, sort of hits the other, wraps around it, and then, yeah, is what it is. Doesn't happen very often. Don't know whether I've done the right thing here or not. There's quite a bit of feed there. These girls are on 4-day breaks, and you know, 4-day breaks are, the first day they get way too much, the second day they get too much, the third day they get about the right amount, the fourth day they don't quite get enough. Well, that's probably not quite enough. I probably shouldn't have shifted them, but I felt bad. So next time they will definitely get their 4 days here, and the next one too probably, because they can go back and clean up those previous 2 breaks a bit. I mean, we don't necessarily want them cleaning up to that standard, but they can leave less behind than that. The last couple of weeks of August they can afford to leave a bit more behind. They can't eat as much and they need to eat more. The conundrum of being in lamb. Yeah, these ones are the same as the other mob, but they on 2 breaks. But they're the fat ones, so they can hang around for a day. And there's still a tiny little bit in the feeder, so tomorrow for them. Last check for the morning, the earlies. Plenty of feed here, that's good. 6 or 7 days in here. It's funny when you cultivate a paddock as many times as you do here, you get to know exactly where the hills are. Nothing cast, that's good. There's been a couple in this Anyway guys, I think we'll leave that there. That's enough for this video. We're hoping, today is Friday, I don't know what day this will come out. Might be tonight, might be tomorrow. We're hoping tomorrow afternoon, because on Sunday I'm not going to have anything that needs fed, to get the kids up the mountain, get them up Remarkables, because my 5 and 8 year old have never been skiing. They really want to do snowboarding, but the 5-year-old is too young to snowboard apparently. So this time they can do skiing, but one of them's got crook and is not at school today. So yeah, we will book tomorrow if he's fine. But anyway guys, we'll see you next time. Well, there's the hoggets from yesterday. Maybe that is a 4-day break.